Alright, so today I'm going to be giving you guys the top 5 best shooting badges for NBA 2K23. We're trying to 20k subscribers, and also trust me, you do not want to be missing a lot of the 2K23 content I have coming soon. With that being said, without further ado, let's hop right into this video. Now, I know that for 2K23, Next Gen has a completely new badge system, and while that did influence my list a tiny bit, this is really just the top 5 best shooting badges for both current and Next Gen, not just Next Gen. So basically, these are just the top 5 badges regardless of tier. Starting us off, number 1, it has to be Limitless Range. Basically, what Limitless Range does is it gives you a boost for deep 3-point attempts. So basically, any 3-point attempts that are a few steps out from the 3-point line. This is a somewhat new badge. Like, within the last 3 2Ks, it hasn't been called Limitless Range. For a while, it was called Range Extender, then it became Deep 3s, then it became Chef and Limitless Spot Up. But before that, if you guys did play like 2K19, you'll remember this was the best badge in the game by far. Now, it's a bit too early to see how good this badge actually will be, but just from my experience playing with Limitless Range, it's definitely very good. The main reason why I am saying that it's a bit too early to see how good this badge is going to be is because we don't yet know what 2K considers deep. It might be how it was in old 2Ks when literally any 3-point attempt that wasn't right up against the line was considered a deep 3, or it might be how it is last year where you had to be like a whole meter behind the line. Either way, I'm so very confident this is going to be one of the best 2K23 shooting badges, if not the best. Like, genuinely, if you do not have this badge, it's going to limit what you can do so much on offense, especially if you're a guard. Like, just having the freedom of being able to shoot a few steps out opens up your game so much. So for this reason, this is my number 1 badge. Now for number 2, this is kind of controversial. I decided to rank all these badges according how good they would be if they're on Hall of Fame. Now, assuming that this list is based on Hall of Fame badges, I'm going to go with Blinders for my second pick. I know it's not like super easy to get on Hall of Fame, but when it is on Hall of Fame, like, it is so broken. Basically, what this badge does is if someone is on the side of you or behind you, they will not get a contest. And if you know how to exploit this badge in a way where you can consistently get players crabbed or get players on your side, then you're just going to be unstoppable. Like, let's say the defender's playing up super high and then you burn past them. If you have blinders, if they're even just a few steps behind you, you can feel very confident pulling that thing because they will not be able to get in front of you in time to get a contest on your shot. Now, if you don't have blinders, then they can just run to your side and get a very high contest that way. So blinders definitely makes a huge difference. Now for badge number 3, this is going to be Amped, or the AMP badge as I like to call it. Putting this badge third is based on the limited experience I've had using this badge, which is honestly not very much. When I try this badge more, I might realize that it's completely useless, or I might try this badge a bit more and realize it should be the number 1 badge in the game. So it is kind of a prediction. But I mean, last year when we were literally only 7 days into the game, I predicted that Sniper was going to be the best badge in the game, when basically nobody else had Sniper in like their top 5. But then like a month later, everyone agreed with me that Sniper was the best badge in the game. I say all that to say that my early judgments of a badge tend to be pretty good. What this badge pretty much does is it allows you to shoot when you're tired, and it also allows you to shoot when you're moving a little bit before you take a shot. So basically, this badge can be activated in one of 2 ways. First off, if you have low stamina and you take a shot, this badge will apply. And then second, if you're moving around before you take the shot, whether that's a dex, a pick and pop, or you're just dribbling around, this badge will also apply. On my current build, which is a guard build, I really like this badge, because as you guys may have already experienced, when you dribble on this game, your stamina just gets zapped. Like, bro, these are supposed to be NBA players. I have better stamina than my player. This is insane. Also, I do plan on running this badge on all different types of builds, not just like my ball handling point guard. Honestly, I don't really know how insane this badge is really going to be, but just from my experience so far, this thing is quite good. Now for the 4th badge, this is going to be Catch and Shoot. Obviously, this badge is designed for spot ups, but just with the way 2K23 is right now, Catch and Shoot is super important. Like, so many teams, what they basically do is run around off ball, and as soon as they get open, they just spot up for a 3-pointer. So for this reason, they're taking a ton of Catch and Shoot 3. Now later in the year, when people get like higher 3-point ratings and stuff, and they're using screens a bit more, I don't really know if you're gonna need Catch and Shoot as high for like a guard build. But at least right now, Catch and Shoot is super good, and it also gives you a massive boost for all your shots. So definitely, yeah, equip this badge. First badge for guards, this is going to be Agent 3. Basically, what Agent 3 does, it helps with moving 3-point shots. and it's basically the same exact thing as Circus 3s from last year. I really don't know why they changed the name, but it's literally the exact same thing. If you guys don't remember, Circus 3s was one of the best shooting badges last year, and Fading 3s was super overpowered. With the current state of dribbling, I believe Fading 3s is going to be absolutely overpowered this year as well. Right now, a ton of people aren't really shooting that many fades, but once they learn how to time it a bit better and max out all their badges, I think they're going to become much better at fading. Obviously, if you're not a ball handler, do not equip this. Unless you have like extra badges and you have a super high 3-point rating, you don't need this. Now for our 5th place spot up badge, this is going to be Claymore. Obviously, this is another brand new 2K23 badge, and it might be the best lockdown slash spot up badge in this game. Basically, it gives you a boost the longer you stand still before you take the shot. And since as a lockdown, what you do in offense is pretty much just sit in a corner and wait for an open shot, you're going to be spending a lot of time standing still before you take any 3-point attempt. And since you're spending a lot of time standing still before you take this shot, you're going to receive a very big boost if you do equip Claymore. Again, this is a new badge, so I don't really know how big the boost is actually going to be, but I'd imagine if you sit in the corner for like 10 seconds, all your shots are going to become automatic. Definitely, this is a badge you should 100% equip if you're a corner or hash sitter. Now that is my top 5 badges, but obviously there are a ton of other good badges, so let me give you guys a few honorable mentions really quick. Next is going to be Deadeye. What this basically does is it helps with contested shots. I don't really know how good it's going to be this year. It pretty much changes every single year, and from my experience, I don't think it's that good right now, but later in the year, after I have a little bit more experience, I could definitely see this being top 5 or even top 3. Next is going to be Clutch Shooter. Basically, towards the end of the games, when the game is close, you're going to receive a boost for all your shots. This isn't a badge you should be prioritizing, but if you do have extra badges, definitely throw this on. And the next is going to be Comeback Kid. I honestly considered putting this on the list. Basically, whenever you're losing in the game, you're going to receive a boost for all your shots if you do have this badge equipped. Again, just like Clutch Shooter, I wouldn't really prioritize it, but if you have extra badges, you can definitely throw this on. Now, before I wrap this video up, there's just one badge I kind of need to clear up. I have seen way too many people not know what Green Machine does. I know from the name it sounds like it's going to help you green more, and it kind of does that, but not really. To be honest, I really don't like this badge. Like, even if I have max badges, I'm still not throwing this on. What this badge pretty much does is it gives you a boost for chaining together greens. So let's just say first possession of the game, you come down the floor and then green a shot. On the second possession, you're not yet going to receive a boost, but if on that second possession you do green a shot, then on the third possession you will receive a boost. Now let's say on that third possession you green another shot, then on that fourth possession you're going to receive an even bigger boost. If you green on the fourth possession and on the fifth possession, you're going to receive an even bigger boost. Basically, the more greens you chain together, the bigger and bigger the boost is going to get. The chain breaks as soon as you shoot a white, take a dunk, take a layup, or until the game ends. Now, the reason I don't like this badge is just because it's way too hard to activate and you really don't get that big of a boost. At least in previous years, you didn't get that big of a boost. Like in a game to 21, for example, the most possible shots that you can receive a boost for is 5. Which is literally only possible if you green 7 3-pointers in a row, which most of you guys aren't doing. Unless you're greening like 80% of your shots or more, this really isn't a badge worth using unless you're trying to grind badges in my career. So yeah, that's gonna do it for the video. If you did enjoy it, please drop me a like and as well subscribe to the channel. With that being said, go follow me on TikTok and my Twitter. There's 3 videos on the screen right now, and I'm out. Peace.